What's up, guys? Welcome back to Stunt News. We have a bunch of things going on for you guys. We had a giveaway going for a brand new FRI Stealth Stay. A lot of people seems like you don't know what these things are. This right here replaces your OEM stay if you run a full fairing bike. So your gauge would go right here, your front fairing would go right here, and your headlight would go right here. You may wonder why people get these. The OEM ones, they break, they snap, they crack. This is some hard steel metal that KevTech, aka Stealth Stay, makes quality product. Definitely a must-have if you run in full fairings, and especially for FRI. They also make them for 636s as well. I think this year they're also going to be coming out with conversions for the 0304 with the brand new plastics, convert to it. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be a link below. It's going to say giveaway. Click here. So click on that. Super simple. It's free. You don't have to do anything. You just sit there and click and share and all this easy stuff. You can also find the giveaway at realstuntnews.com, and all the rules and everything are right there as well. Have the GoPro 8 giveaway from NV Legal Marketing. We are 1,000 subscribers away from that. We are pretty close to hitting 2,000. I think we're at 1,950. So, we're super close with that. So let's keep sharing and helping out, liking, subscribing, and sharing all of our videos. All right, so we're gonna get right into this video. It's about sponsors, the do's and don'ts of how to get sponsored, what to look for. One misconception about being sponsored by somebody is because that person gave you a free shirt, it doesn't mean you're automatically sponsored.
Wave around my head like a helicopter? Try it on. Wave around my head like a helicopter. I got a bunch of these. What is that? It's just a different size. What size? It's a medium. Yeah. See what it looks like. I just want to see what it looks like. No. Just put it. Do it for the gram, bro. No. I got a stack of fucking mediums like this. He's sitting here with a GoPro.
He will
and you're
give
like,
you a
put
shout
on
out,
this
Scotty.
medium. Go over there in the trailer then.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A lot of people get misconstrued thinking that, oh, I got a discount code, or I got a discount on a shirt, or somebody sent me a free shirt, for a shout out. That's awesome. That's support. That's great. And then there's a full kind of contract sponsor where you sign a contract for a year and you have to do this X amount of shows, this amount of posts per a week about the sponsors, and so on and so on. When you get up to that level, it's a completely different kind of thing. All right, so one of the first things I want to talk to you about how to get sponsored, and if you're thinking about getting sponsored, is you got to be a solid individual. You have to be a man of your word, do what you're going to say and say what you're going to do. There's so many companies out there that have been burned by garbage people that they don't want to invest their money or time into anybody again, or they want to see what you're going to do for their company. And that's another thing. You got to promote yourself. Promote yourself is not just shouting yourself out on Instagram or having other people shout you out. It's traveling, it's shaking hands and kissing babies. You have to actually meet people. It's different when you're messaging back and forth somebody on emails or DMs or whatever the case may be. But say you go, to Texas and you meet whoever makes cages out in Texas, and you guys end up hitting it off. You're good friends, and next thing you know, he's like, hey man, you're a really solid guy. I want to throw you a cage package. How would you be interested in that? And then boom, that's how you get sponsored. I think it was I'm trying to remember. I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. My first sponsor was 24 Carats, and they're to this day I still support and wear their stuff. They designed my wrap. They did stickers for us, for my team. They've done so much for me continuously through the years that there's no way that I would turn my back on them, and same thing vice versa with them. And it's all, like I said, it's all about being a solid individual and taking care of the people that really take care of you. So we asked Dusty Diesel what he thought about it, and then hear what he's had to say about being a solid individual and how you don't have to be such a great rider to have great sponsors. So let's check in with him and see what he says.
Well, that's the perception, is like people think you get this free stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like there's still a human being on the other end of that, like taking money out of his pocket and giving it to you.
Because they believe in you.
They believe in you.
Right.
So basically, like, business terminology is like ROI, return on investment, or whatever you want to call it. Like someone gives you even a t-shirt, what do you expect in return? Even if you're getting a t-shirt, from a t-shirt to getting a bike, like there's always a return on investment, and it's a respect thing, you know what I mean? Like if you just keep getting free t-shirts and you're not even doing a hashtag or a post or showing no love, then you're burning it for that next dude in line, because then now that person doesn't even, I'm not gonna give no t-shirt to anybody because it got burned last time. But that works, that's the same concept all the way up to bikes.
Exactly.
So if you act like a and someone gives you a bike, and you're not like returning this dude's investment with like 10 grand. Imagine you took 10 grand out of your bank and gave it to Kill a Cam, and he's doing like a hashtag a week. My guy,
not
no more
worth
bikes
it.
for nobody. Not worth it.
I need a lot more tags
It's a
than
whole
a
mentality,
hashtag.
you know what I mean? Like you can sit here and you can have everyone has their own opinion, and but at the end of the day, it's like what you do affects other people in this sport. So do the right thing, and you know.
That's why next I want to talk about promoting yourself and promoting the company professionally. Now, some companies, they don't care if you ride streets, if you flip it off cops and this and that. And then there's some companies where they just want you in a parking lot, gated, permission, everything like that, in order to be able for them to post or repost your stuff. I know there's companies like that won't even look at a street rider, because it's so dangerous. It puts a bad name on the stunt riding, on our sport, on their company. So they won't even look twice. And then there's other companies that are like, man, support is support. I mean, there's plenty of street killers out there with the hundreds of thousands of views still posting and still have big name sponsors. So it's all in the company and how you promote yourself and what you can bring to the company. As far as my aspect on what I think professionally promoting a company is amazing pictures, amazing edits, not just an iPhone edit, off of iMovie, but actually taking your time and effort and investing back into the company that's investing in you. That's my aspect on promoting yourself professionally, because if you do it professionally, they're gonna want to be a part of that as well, because they see how seriously that you take what you do. And like you said, if you believe in yourself, other companies will as well. It's consistency with the posts, consistency with networking. I'm one of the people, I don't ride every single day anymore. Sometimes I don't ride for weeks on end, but every day I'm posting, whether it be a throwback of a long time ago, of a ride I did, whether it be a shout out for the sponsors, for a friend of mine, whatever the case may be, I'm promoting. So promoting and keeping yourself active, so that people see you and what you're promoting is still being consistent with promoting. I know there's plenty of people out there, that work 40 plus hours a week that don't have the time to sit there and promote themselves, but they're amazing riders. But they don't get that spotlight because, they may post once, twice, a month, if that. But they're killers. They're just underrated because they're not heard about. Social media platform has blown up this sport so much because think about it. Back in the day, all they had was Stunt Life and Stunt Ride forums and stuff like that. So there really wasn't too much until like MySpace came out. But I mean now, if you go out and crash, within 15 seconds after the crash, you can post it on YouTube and 100,000 people, millions, whatever the case may be, will see it. So that's how quick word spreads. So if you stay consistent with posts and stuff like that, people are going to want to be a part of that. They're going to be like, oh, well, this guy posts, once, twice, 3 times a day. I want to figure out how I can get on his network so that, every day my company is being posted 3-4 times just by one person. So remember, it always takes consistency with what you're doing and promoting yourself and stuff like that. But it's really all about consistency and keeping those views and likes and all that stuff up. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's just Instagram, it's just social media, this and that, like it doesn't matter. Numbers are huge when it comes to marketing, and that's all that marketing is. You're marketing yourself, and that's what it's all about, is marketing yourself and the companies that are helping you, the companies that are supporting you, that are sending you parts, shirts, sending you money for gas to go travel to these places, whatever the case may be. Marketing is what stunt riding is all about if you want to take it to a professional level. If not, if you don't want it to be a business for you, if you don't care about sponsors or anything like that, I mean, that's perfectly fine. No one's sitting here saying you have to get sponsored or, you absolutely need to have sponsors. it's great. You know, stunt riding, if you just ride for fun, that's awesome. But I mean, why not put a little bit of effort into it if you can get some help? There's nothing wrong with asking for help or anything like that. We asked Eric what he thought about, you know, how to get sponsored, and here's his thoughts on it.
What's up, Stunt News? Eric Trimmer coming to you live somewhere out of Georgia or something. Talking about sponsorships and how to get sponsored and what to do. I think the best thing to do is be yourself. Obviously, you gotta ride hard, be a killer, but don't try and, you know, stick to the mainstream of what everybody else does. Be yourself and, you know, stay true. And don't be afraid to ask people for help. Sometimes it's not the right thing to do, but sometimes it's perfectly fine. Don't be afraid to say, hey, what can I do to help you help me? You know, most importantly, stand out and ride hard. And one more thing, I think a lot of people nowadays think that if you tag somebody enough that they'll sponsor you. That's not necessarily true. You still have to put in the leg work and you know, put the time in, the seat time, and be epic. You know, if you're not epic, most of the time somebody's not going to want you to promote their stuff. So let's just try and be as epic as we can be and support who supports you. Woo!
Discouraged if you get a no. You know, a lot of people think, oh, I got a no from this guy, you know, I'm not good enough, whatever the case may be. There's people that have put years, send hundreds of emails to big name companies, and then one day, boom, they got an email back, you know? So that's just getting your foot in the door, because that's all you really need is your foot in the door. Because if you show up to one of their events and, you know, you shake someone's hand and be like, oh yeah, you know, I've actually read your email, man, you know, it's finally put a face to the name, and vice versa, you know, whatever the case may be. So just don't get discouraged if you get a no. You know, leave that as a, you know, your foot in the door for the next move, and move on to the next one, because you could get 10 no's and 1 yes, and that 1 yes will motivate you for another 10 no's. So here's some great ways to get your foot in the door on how to get sponsors besides just sending a DM to somebody, say, hey, sponsor me. One, make a resume. Just like a job, a resume with all of your accomplishments on what you plan on accomplishing would definitely help you out and make you look like it's like you're taking it a lot more seriously than just shooting random DMs, a copy and paste to a bunch of other people. Explain why you want to be sponsored. Explain how you can help the company out as well. Explain how great their product is and, you know, boost them up. Explain why should they sponsor you? What's in it for them? What can you bring their company? Can you give them, you know, 10,000 impressions a week, or whatever the case may be? Can you do giveaways with them to kind of boost the company up? What I did, I was trying to get sponsored by a helmet company. So what I did was I posted the helmet company, and I asked all my subscribers, followers, to tag the helmet company, you know, through all the comments. And, you know, it didn't work, but still, you know, they got their shout out. It helped them out. And I mean, it helped me out. I'm pretty sure I got a couple followers off it as well. And I know for a fact that they saw my name on their feed plenty of times. So it kind of worked out, but it didn't, you know. And then also write up a custom email for the brand company you want to get sponsored by. Don't just copy and paste, because that looks super generic. And I know a couple people, I'm not going to say who, that own 2 companies that are completely different, that you would probably try to get one and not the other. I mean, think about it. If I own 2 companies and I got 2 of the exact same resumes, that's pretty sad. So at least do a little bit of customization on who you're trying to get sponsored by, and, you know, not just a generic thing that everybody else is. Make yourself pop, because that's what's gonna make their choice a lot easier. It's like, this guy's promoting himself a lot better. Like, we need this guy. What can we do? How can we get you on our team? You want them to come at you as like, yo, we need to work together, 100%. What can we do? What do we have to do to make this work? So just make sure you do yourself a favor and promote yourself professionally. And make sure that you travel, you network, you shake hands, you kiss babies, promote yourself, put yourself out there. Don't be scared, because like I said, a no is a no. You know, it doesn't matter, because it's going to open the door to another yes. Be a solid individual, follow who you're trying to get sponsored by. Don't just send out generic DMs, emails, messages, anything like that. Be original. And another thing is, don't get consumed over trying to just get sponsors. Don't forget to have fun, because that's the whole reason you got into Stunt.
That being said, that's pretty much some of the main things you want to focus on finding a sponsor. If you made it all the way through the video, as you can see, I'm wearing Scrape City hoodie. They also have shirts and beanies available, as well as titanium. So if you watch this video all the way through, I'm going to give you a special promo code. It's right here. Shout out to Scotty Smash for that. And you guys stay killing it and stay blessed. Peace.